I went down the rabbit hole last week. I didn't end up in Wonderland, but instead deep in pages of Google results. See, while I drank my morning coffee and waited for my brain to start working, a question came into my head. A question that needed an answer as soon as possible. Is there a patron saint of almond milk? I'll back up. I had been reading about St. Bridget of Kildare, one of the three patron saints of Ireland, along with St. Patrick and St. Columba. Hey, that's us. A milk vein by training, Bridget is also the patron saint of dairy workers. But I'm one of the 65% of the world with lactose intolerance. With respect to Bridget, I don't feel particularly covered by her. But surely, I thought, ignoring the emails piling up in my inbox, surely there's a patron saint of non-dairy milk. And down the rabbit hole I went. First, I went for the easy get. Surely some saint has a special relationship with almonds. I ended up on the Wikipedia page for the cultural implications of almonds and found out that almonds are often used in the Bible as a sign of God's covenants. In Exodus, for example, the instructions for building a menorah used in the temple include 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms. Then, for reasons I am not entirely sure of, almonds became associated with the Virgin Mary and the Christ child. So their halos would be like almond shaped. Does that kind of give you an idea? So I could have been satisfied with that answer, but I really wasn't. I Googled patron saint of almonds. First up, St. John Almond. Nothing to do with almonds. St. Isidore is the saint for farmers. Really not specific enough. Maybe cashew milk is the way to go. I Googled the patron saint of nuts, and it ended up with Simeon the Holy Fool. Unfortunately, Simeon is the holy saint of nuts as in cuckoo. So wrong definition. Although he did throw nuts at people at one point. So that's something. And I thought, oat milk, very popular right now. Let's search for that. And I found our old friend, St. Columba. It's traditional to make oat cakes on his feast day. I didn't have my answer, but I wasn't discouraged. It was cool to see how folks lived out their faith, sometimes in spite of great obstacles. It reminded me that no matter how mundane the object, if you look just a little bit, you can find a story about it that points you back to Christ. Oh, and so it turns out Bridget is the saint of all things lactose, including those with intolerance. So that's kind of an answer.